Let's talk about the dwarf Indian mudskipper, the smallest species of mudskipper to date. Growing to only 2.6 inches or 6.4 centimeters, this species is very small and requires a 20 long for a group of 3 minimum. The natural habitat for this species are mangrove swamps, and they're typically found on the mud flaps on the sides of those swamps. Since they're on the tidal edge of the swamp, when the tide is low, they forage in the mud to ensure they get enough food, and then retreat back into the water when the tide is high. If you'd like to set up an aquarium ideal for this species, I'd recommend a slope escape partially filled with sand to ensure a land and water portion is available for them. I also recommend sand as the substrate for this burying species. On top of that, this is a brackish species, so the minimum salinity to keep them at should be around 1.005. All of these conditions will ensure that they thrive for you. The diet for this species is mainly small crabs, insects, and invertebrates in the wild, but in captivity they're quite unfussy about what they eat and will accept both pellets and freeze-dried food, along with frozen foods. This makes feeding of very little concern for the predatory species. The main issue with their behavior is that they can be territorial with other mudskipper species, and can grow large enough to eat very small fish, so be careful about what you stock them with. One option would be a figure-8 pufferfish, but you would need a significantly large tank size to accommodate the bioload of the figure-8 puffer, but they do have a similar specific gravity.